I'm out here wandering these haunted streets with a restless heart, man. These blues are deep, I've been a long lost soul. And all my life I got this old time curse, man, I don't know why. And there's a moon and it's sinking low as I float past Chinatown, neon glow.
Welcome back, it's Chris from the Hagon factory. So this week's video, build updates. We've got the 350 Velo, the 500 Weslake and a 500 Maggie that Dad's been working on. We've also got the Centre State swap meet and we've got the V12 Rolls-Royce Speedster. We've got to start up on that, but that's at the end of the video. So there's something for everybody. You might just have to click through to find it. So let's have a look.
Little bit of highway shining in the dew, little bit of summertime sitting next to you.
Back onto the Weslake today. First thing we're going to do is just make sure these holes line up and make sure that the engine plates stayed fair on the crankcase. I've never actually had this engine bolted up nice and tight. It's only ever just been sitting in the frame, in the roller. So, and I do know that one of these plates fails on the crankcase. I think it's on the other side. So we'll clean that up so they sit flush. Then we'll give the plates a bit of a clean and we'll give the engine a wipe over and we might just slide her in the frame so it's all one piece and then the next week we'll start
I had no business, I said, is this where you buy the gasoline? Yeah. Might you have an ATM machine? Little sip of Coca-Cola. She said, my honey, ain't no money here to keep you satisfied.
Righto, this is a 500 matchless motor, about 1940 something, 48 or something like that. It came out of an old bike that was raced at the last Salix Beach. It had a suspect piston in it which locked up, and anyway, so the guy that owned it, he asked me would I do him a bit of a hot rod engine. So here we are. We've got a new forged piston which was made by a piston manufacturer in Melbourne, and the head was sent to a place, I think it's called Headworks. And the head's been ported and it's got big valves fitted and it's been converted to coil springs instead of hairpins.
Yep.
They reckon the old hairpin springs are probably getting a bit lazy because they've been used for years and years.
I imagine they would be, yeah.
Yeah, and they get a bit soft and apparently coil springs will handle revs a bit better than hairpins. But there's been a bit of an age-old debate over that, but anyway, that's what it is. So, yeah, and I'm just now fitting a pair of Ivan Teague cams.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
He was the hot up man, was he?
Yeah, Ivan Teague was the guy that helped Streety develop some of the heads and stuff on the Jawas and stuff.
Oh, fantastic.
And on when he made the 4-valve Japs and that.
Yeah, okay.
I'm pretty sure, I stand corrected, but I'm pretty sure that Ivan Teague had a fair involvement with Streety and the engineering on a lot of the stuff that he did.
Better go on the internet and look him up.
Yeah. So, one of the push rods was badly damaged, but there was a spare one there, so I fitted that in, and of course it was too long, so I had to reduce the overall length of the push rod. I had to have a couple of goes with that to get it just right, but it's good now. When you read the manual, it says you've got to line up a particular timing. There's 2 marks. I don't know why there are 2 marks, and one of them stamped number 1 and one stamped number 2. So you line that up with the dot on the crankshaft pinion, and then you turn the crankshaft pinion till it's looking up there, and you line up the 2 mark on the exhaust cam, except this cam doesn't have any marks on it.
Okay.
So I've fitted the timing disc on and I've been tinkering around with it, and I think that I've got it pretty close. I'll have another go later and see, but there's a couple of issues too that it's not that easy. It says you've got to set the tappets at 16th hour to do the valve timing.
Yes, yep.
So, but I'm not sure how you do that because you can't put a feeler gauge in there because there's a ball end and a cup on that end.
Yeah, okay.
Be good if you could put it on the back of the cam,
Yeah, but you can't do that either.
Can't do that either because you can't get in there. So I'm a bit of a loss of how you work out the 16th hour, but we'll probably have a bit of an educated guess on that, and we'll just check the timing and just see how it goes. But this is also going to be fitted with a Mark 1 concentric, which I'll tinker around with a bit, and it's the piston that we put in it, the forged piston, is I'm having to guess it's probably about 8.5, 9 to 1. So yeah, it should go quite well.
You did have a bit of success on this bike a few years ago, didn't you?
Yeah, he rode it.
She's been over a few times.
Yeah, been a couple of times, I think, at least. I think it'll just be pretty quick this time. Like, it'll be quicker than it was.
Yeah, good.
And it'll run nice. The piston that was in it, I won't name names who made the piston, but you can probably guess. It's all out of shape and it's totally destroyed itself. And I don't know who bought it. They might have bought it too tight because it even grabbed on the ring lands.
Yeah, okay.
Which have got a lot more clearance than the skirt.
Yeah,
and it's grabbed on the ring lands. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. I showed it to...
It's a bit tight.
Yeah, I showed it to the engine reconditioner guy that does a bit of work for me, and even he was at a bit of a loss. He said, well, it's obviously got a fair bit of heat into it, but why it's expanded so much and it's grabbed on the ring lands is a bit of a mystery. Anyway, hopefully this new piston will do the job nicely.
Excellent.
We hope. Yeah, and this is the original cam profile out of the 500 matchless. It looks like a fairly dramatic sort of a cam, actually.
It does,
the lobes are quite big, but the Ivan Teague ground ones are quite a bit different when you look at them. They're much flatter on the top, which will give you a lot more duration.
Yeah, duration, yep.
Yep, and they've got steeper angles, which will give you quicker closing and opening. So,
yeah, okay.
I think they'll make quite a difference to it. Yeah, but these are it's one of these bikes that I always like to set up with these, with the 2 separate cams.
Yeah, because
you've got that option. Yeah, you've got that option of playing with the cam timing. You can actually dial the cams in. So, yeah, which I'm about to do. So, I just want to check everything to make sure it is right. But I think it will be. But they're the cams are quite a large.
It is,
lump.
isn't it? Yeah.
Big lump, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all good. Yes, it's close to being finished, and
Are you fitting the motor, or is it just come back to the customer and...
well, I'd like to give him the motor and gearbox to put back in the bike, and then he can bring the bike up and we'll set the magneto up and...
Yeah, fire it up.
Yeah, and all that sort of thing to get it fired up.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But, yeah, look, other than that, it's a pretty good engine, I think. I think it should be okay.
They look fantastic, these engines, don't they?
Yeah, they're not a bad old engine. They're big. They look big,
Yeah,
don't
they're
they?
big. Yeah.
They're big motor, big in physical size. They're quite big. Yeah, but he's got a good magneto. He's got a good Lucas Magni on it that I've set up for him once before, and it worked really well. But yeah, I think it'll be good.
Good thing.
Yeah.
Righto, so we'll keep you guys updated on this one when it comes back.
Yeah.
And hopefully in the next week or so we'll fire up the 350 Velo. We're in the middle of that right now, just the last few bits and pieces. So.
Yep, and yeah, this guy is going to take 2 bikes to Selleck's Beach next time.
Yep.
He's got a 350 Enfield, which apparently, according to him, was a factory scramble model.
Okay.
And I didn't realise that they actually did make them, but I did some research when he mentioned it, and yes, they actually did make scramble models.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so apparently...
And what year would that be?
It's a swing and arm one. So,
Oh, yeah,
it'll
so
be,
it's a later one,
It'll be, you know, Royal Enfield had swing and arm frames really early, so it could be around 1950 or something.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, they were one of the earlier ones.
You can have a look at that before he takes it over?
Yeah, well, he seems to think it might be a bit smoky, but if it is, I have done a full rebuild on a 350 Enfield.
Yeah.
Every nut and bolt, the whole bike.
Yeah, I remember
Did a full
that,
restoration on one for a guy. And with Hitchcocks in England, you can buy everything.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
You can buy a bullet piston and put in them and so on. And it gives you a bit more compression. So, yeah, but that's what he'll be doing, and hopefully we'll be building a bike for Selleck's Beach.
Hopefully we'll start very soon.
Yeah.
We're collecting bits slowly.
Yeah, we are, and yeah, we'll build a bike for Selleck's Beach.
Fantastic. Righto, so we're back onto the primary cover. I've put a couple of marks on the cases, so now I'm just going to slide all this together, get it where I think it should be fitting right, and I've got the calipers which I've spread open about as big as wide as the clutch. I'm going to put that on here, and we're going to try just roughly give me a bit of an idea of how we're looking there to trim that, which I think should be pretty nice. I think that'll work all right. Now we might just have a quick look at the other side.
I'm out here wandering these haunted streets with a restless heart, man. These blues are deep, I've been a long lost soul. And all my life I got this old time curse, man. I don't
Right, so I've
know
just readjusted the calipers, and we'll just have a quick look at this. So we've got, yeah, we'll need to go a fair bit wider than that. I think it might be looking a bit better. Is that going to help us any? Will that help? Yeah, we should be able to work that out. I think we'll put a bit of a curve there, and so we'll cut this out with the bandsaw, and then we'll sit it all back together and see how it looks. Righto, so I've just snipped that part out on the bandsaw, so let's get it on there and see how close we're looking. Okay, I think we're not looking too bad. We're not, we can clean those edges up there. Still have to adjust all this, just make that a bit tighter. We might just put a bit of a curve in there now. We might just go and have a look at that. And I like it. I think it's going to come up really well. It's a big lump of plate that I'm putting in the centre. We're not going out again today, so I'll just using what we've got. So let's give her a trim up, and we'll have another look at it. Right, so I've trimmed the other side now, just roughly, and yeah, we're getting somewhere, definitely. So if we get those angles right. Yeah, I think we're looking pretty good. So what we'll do now is we might just drill a couple of holes just to bolt this together. So I'll have to work out, I'll put a bolt in the centre there and a bolt in the centre there, and then clamp it together nicely, and then we can really start sort of shaping it and working out where we're going to put the rest of the bolts, and then we'll work on the mounts there, and another mount off the front here which will go under the engine plate up the front. So let's have a look at that.
haunted streets with a restless heart, man. These blues are deep, I've been a long lost soul. All my life I got this old time curse, man, I don't know why. And there's a moon and it's sinking low as I float past China to neon glow, another long lost soul out here tonight. My mind's burning, man, I'm spinning like a satellite. Just another lost soul, and out here alone. Just another lost soul, just trying to get back home. Been sleepwalking through this town, and all my sweet talking, still I'm bound to be a long lost soul, lost in these crowds. I gotta lift this spell, man, I don't know how. 'Cause nothing shines in this desolate place, just another angel fallen from grace, another long lost soul out here tonight. The city's humming, man, I can't be satisfied. Just another lost soul, and out here alone. Just another lost soul, trying to get back home. Just another lost soul. Little north of North Dakota, in the finest June I'd ever seen. I had no business, I said, is this the way I buy the gasoline?
Righto, same as every other week. If you like what you see, like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell everybody. Let's bring Hagon's back.